I'm Carly Shannon, and this is my audience. According to College Access and Success, in 2012, 71% of graduates from a four-year college graduated from debt. That's 1.2 million people. Free education is offered to students from elementary school to high school for 12 years, but then after that, they're dropped to fend for themselves to figure out how they want to pay for college tuition. Well, college tuition for United States citizens should be free because it would have a positive effect on the individual itself and the country as a whole. I'm a college student right now, so I have a personal connection to this topic, and my brother had to attend a community college for 2 years because he could not afford college tuition. This topic is important because it directly or indirectly affects everybody. If you're in college, it directly affects you, but if you don't even know anyone that's in college, it still affects you because the students that are graduating are the next generation. So if they have a lot of debt coming out of college, they're not going to have any money to put into the economy to make it any better. Specifically, I'll be talking about student debt and how it's increasing, how student studies are suffering because they have to work their way through college, how the economy is being crippled because there's no money in students' hands after they graduate, and how many European countries are offering free tuition, and it seems to be working for them because everything is increasing, including their economy. So first and foremost, student debt is increasing, but if we offer free tuition, it will drastically decrease. According to the National Center for Public Policy in Higher Education, the average tuition over the past 2.5 decades has increased 440%. And I just have this visual, and the red line is college tuition, and the black line is the inflation rate. So as you can see, college tuition has increased 4 times the amount of the inflation rate. And according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the debt is at its highest right now of $1.2 trillion. And this is a map of the United States, and it shows that the darker states have the most college debt and the lighter states have the least. But as you can see, every state has debt, and Delaware and New Hampshire actually have the highest. Because tuition of college is so high, students have to work their way through, and because they're working, they're taking away from their time studying. So the U.S. Census report in 2011 shows that 72% of undergrads that are attending school full-time are working, and 20% are working full-time. So, and over here are just the students and graduate students that are working. So that is a very big proportion of students that are working and also attending college. And due to the fact that that they have to work, it's taking away from their studies, but only 52% of students actually stress about their education. 59% of students stress more about how they're going to pay for that. And because the debt is so high, they're not having any money in their hands when they graduate. So it's affecting the economy. And this is a graph of the U.S. gross domestic product, and we're looking at the green line right here. And as you can see, it's going down, which is not good for anybody. According to the Georgia Tech survey, 92% of high-tech companies have employers that graduated college and have a degree. So if they help the GDP get raised, then we need more people getting college degrees to help the economy. But only 1/3 of Americans actually have bachelor's degrees. So if we make college free, then more people will be able to go to college, and more people get degrees, which will then in turn raise the GDP and Americans' economy. With all this being said, there are multiple countries that actually do offer free college tuition, and most of them are in Europe. And a couple examples are Finland, Norway, Czech Republic, Greece, and Hungary. And I'm going to specifically focus on Norway. And this is a graph of Norway's economic freedom. And as you can see, it's gone up consistently over the past couple years. And within just the last year, it's went up 0.9%, which is a big change. And they are so economically well off because they offer free college tuition. And if any students want to work, they're only allowed to work maximum of 20 hours, and they have to get a permit from the government stating that their work will not interfere with their studies. So because Norway is so adamant about their education and about students not having to work while they are in school and not have to worry about paying, it in turn has raised their economy and way of life. So overall, students in the United States should be able to get free education if they are citizens. And that is because it will substantially decrease the student debt coming out of a four-year college after graduating. And if they work, students will suffer with their studies because they won't have enough time to put it in to studying. And they will have more money when they graduate college, which they will be able to put back into the economy and help increase American culture. And then last, I gave a couple examples of European countries that are doing excellent right now economically because they offer free tuition. So overall, the debt is increasing in America, which is not good, and eventually people might not even be able to afford all the debt that they have, let alone even go to college and pay for the tuition. So that is why tuition should be free for United States citizens, because it will increase the number of students attending college and the American lifestyle and economy. Thank you. And this is my audience. See you.